Guys, I'm awake. Are you up yet? Are you up? Let's talk about print runs and how they are so very important as Fanatics looks to take over the sports card world. To all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends out there, apologies for the hair. You know how this works. We don't stop the show for hair. All right, I get up, I get going, and we make videos. So I hope everyone is having a great day so far. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button if you like this stuff, if you like all the sports card stuff, and please connect with me on Instagram at thepersonalfinancedad. I'm also on Twitter, thepersonalfinancedad. Tonight I'll be on Brad, the Comeback Card Investor show for our weekly off-centered show. We're going to have special guest Trike415, another great YouTuber, puts out a lot of really good content, and it's the first time we've had him on the channel, so excited to see you all tonight on the Comeback Card Investor channel. Huge news, obviously, in the hobby with Fanatics moving in and taking over Topps. They are buying Topps. It is still going to be some time before we see Topps branded football and basketball cards. Baseball, of course, will have a faster trajectory, but football and basketball, we still are going to be waiting for a little while, unless, I suppose, Panini is purchased. We will see, I guess, if that happens. Would it be a shock to anybody? Probably not. But I also agreed with a lot of feedback from viewership yesterday on yesterday's video where Panini is not necessarily a must buy. It's one of those where it wouldn't be surprising if they worked a deal because they're deal makers, that's for sure. But do they need to have it? No, not really. They've got a huge iconic brand in Topps, so they have a lot that they can work with there. But we're here to talk about print runs. This isn't a new idea. I'm not coming up with this all by myself as if it's some original thought. But I think it's important to reiterate with Fanatics taking over, they're starting from a blank slate as far as how they're going to do business. And it would be so awesome if we had an idea of print runs going into product releases. And the pushback I've heard on in the past is, well, that's competitive information. We don't want to necessarily put that out into the universe because it could maybe be used against us, be used against the company. And maybe there is something that I'm missing there. I don't run a manufacturing company for sports cards, so maybe there's something I'm missing. But in Fanatics' case, where is the competition going to be moving forward? I guess I don't really see where there wouldn't be licensed competition once we get to 2025, 2026. Yes, of course, you'll have unlicensed stuff. That will always be out there, the Leafs of the world. They will be out there. But for the hobby, it would be so great for both collectors and investors. If you are a collector, it would be really nice to know, is this a rare product? Is it a rare set? Is it worth me chasing after? Is it too scarce for me to chase after? Or is it too common for me to chase after? And depending on what type of collector you are, that might be a pro or a con, a plus or a minus. It might be something where it's like, I want it because it's really scarce. There's only 5 cards in this insert set. Or it might be, whoa, I didn't realize there was that few of them and the pricing is going to be crazy or whatever, the secondary market stuff. I'll stay away from it. If you were on the investor side or combination of the two, which I consider myself to be, I want to know this because if I see price points that look kind of bonkers for something that's a little bit too common, in my opinion, as far as the print run is concerned, that helps me make a more educated buying decision. Whether you're collector, investor, hybrid, that's kind of a nice thing to know. I think right now, as we look out into the universe, you see a lot of new product that comes out, and we don't know exactly how much of it was printed. And then we just see $800 for a hobby box, $500 for a hobby box, $1,200 for a hobby box. But we don't exactly know how much of it is out there. So for new product, we're kind of all just flying blind. Fanatics has stated over and over that they want to have sports cards everywhere. Whether it be Walmart, Target, the Wawa, they mentioned the Wawa gas stations. And, that reminds me of, the late 80s, early 90s when they had cards everywhere and it was considered, the junk wax era. It doesn't necessarily have to be a negative, though, if we know what is what. If we know what's rare and what's not rare, what's very common. And so if it's going to be, NBA hoops, whatever, that's going to be your common brand that's out there everywhere. Common sense would tell you that people would figure out that, oh, well, this is everywhere. It's not rare. But that's not necessarily the case. And the more information, the more education that can be pushed out by the manufacturers understanding that people are collecting / investing in these, not necessarily just trying to figure out how much can we print, to make that bottom line money work. I think that that's going to be the difference. The hope is that the Fanatics guys coming in, they have an understanding of the hobby, the collector mindset, the investor mindset, and it's not just we're a card company printing cards. And not to say that Topps and Panini don't have an understanding of that. I think that they do, but let's take it to the next level. Let's take it to the next level and print runs, putting them out there so that the consumer, the collector investor has an idea of what is what. Just more transparency on that process, because let's face it, there's probably going to be more products. If I'm thinking about what Fanatics wants to do, they want to have stuff everywhere, but they also want to maintain scarcity with certain sets. That tells me they're probably going to have a nice variety. There's going to be a big variety of product for all sports, and we're going to have to kind of be trying to figure out what is what. There's a lot of fun in that. There is some fun in trying to figure out what's what, but it would also save a lot of headaches and also just, I think, help educate consumers if they do provide that information. I do think that with this acquisition with Fanatics Topps and just Fanatics kind of moving in that direction of controlling a lot of the manufacturing space for licensed product, there is an expectation, especially with the guys that are running the show at Fanatics. When you talk about Luber and you're looking at Ruben, these are guys that know what they're doing, that are well connected in society and culture. They have the ability to move the needle here and to make kind of a small cottage hobby into more of a mainstream focused industry, but that also keeps the collectors in mind, that doesn't leave kind of the longtime collectors in the dust. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that they're going to find a way to bridge the gap between both of those things to make this cool mainstream, but also to kind of make it worthwhile for the longtime collectors. But let me know what you guys think. I know there's people that are happy about Fanatics, not happy about Fanatics. I'd like to hear your thoughts specifically, though, on print runs. Some people might think that this is kind of an obvious statement, but I haven't heard it talked about very much. And so I'd like to hear kind of your feedback in the comments. And join us tonight, the Comeback Card Investor Show for Off-Centered, our weekly Off-Centered show. Guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay awesome. I will talk to you again later.